This video is about how to play Song of the Wind on the viola. Get my hand out of the picture. And it does repeat. So first thing to notice on Song of the Wind, we're still in the key of D major. We have F sharp and C sharp. And what do we do at first? We start on D, and then what happens? Do we climb? Do we go down? Do we step? Do we skip? So get that part figured out and play it a few times. Then after we get to that top note, how many times do we repeat the top note? Do that once more if you missed it. The next part you've already learned in the preparations. So that's the beginning of it. Get that part really solid before going on to the next part. What in general happens on our next part? Which direction are we going? Do we end lower? Do we end higher? Do we step? Do we skip? So we start on an A and then find the next guy. How many times do we play that note? Then we'll add the next note. How many times does that note get played? And how many times does that note get played? The next part you know from Lightly Row. Do you remember that from Lightly Row? There is a bow lift after there. So make sure you've got up to there really solid. And then the last part is very similar to the second part, except for instead of doing, we finish on the, so remember D, in the key of D, D is the most important note. In any key, the fifth note of the scale is the second most important note. D, E, F sharp, G, A. We end on the dominant. We end on the tonic. So the first time we played that, we ended on the A, which was the dominant, and then we played it again, or the fifth note of the scale. Then at the ending, we all go all the way down to the D. Good luck with Song of the Wind. A lot of times people find that easier than Lightly Row.